I will snitch. Whoever's with me, we doing crimes. I am taking a reduced sentence. I know for a fact you got into the car with the dangers.
Oh no, we got into the car with the principal.
And he drove you to the school.
Life coaching on the other hand, life coaching is more proactive.
Circumvent, but now we direct to the point. Okay, yes, I did this.
Yes.
I did it. I did catch on nonsense. I'm taking accountability and responsibility for it.
Put It By The Wall is the #1 podcast nowhere in the world.
No, but at least this is where they come to be inspired and motivated, my brother.
Okay, you're not lying. You're not lying.
Amen.
Welcome back to another episode of Put It By The Wall, the podcast where we speak about stuff. Stuff to get you inspired and make you feel like you can take over the world. Stuff to make you smile and then just stuff in general. I am your host, Kurt.
I'm Loren.
And today, we've got a very interesting topic. Very
controversial as well, I would say.
Would it be?
Yeah, I would say.
Accountability. Yes. All the great things to do with accountability, what it is, what it isn't, how to get it, and all that jazz.
Yeah, everything that's in between. So, okay.
Slippery slope.
What is accountability to you? Start there.
Accountability is like being held responsible. Would you say? Following through on what you say you're going to do?
Yeah, to an extent, I would say that. No? But I wouldn't say being held responsible. It's holding yourself responsible.
Holding yourself accountable.
Holding yourself accountable, yeah. So if you I want to swear now, if you say something, if you do something, you say, look, it was me. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Another question. When did you learn accountability? Because I know I haven't had it for a large part of my teenage years.
Accountability.
Early 20s.
I would say that early. Because my dad is like, you're watching this. That man was a drill sergeant.
I know.
He's a bit more relaxed now, but like, my dad was a bit heavy on the buzz, yeah.
You know, but it's right. No, but I mean, man, we were teenagers. I know what you did here. When you got caught, or when something happened, and they didn't know what it was, they're just throwing out general accusations. Do you put your hand up and say, it was me? Or do you just let it, everybody gets affected?
Well, the thing is, if you don't ask me, at least ask me directly now, then I'll say.
But not now. You're not keeping
I wasn't heavy. I'm trying to think now.
I know. In my
I did dodge a paar bullets, and I apologize to those people.
I dodged, you know what is there's been the story for, I think we were in matric. Or grade 11. I don't know which one, but I know it was a Monday.
Yeah.
It was a Monday. What we did was come to school and then on the kavukis. I think it was during exams. Yeah, we didn't write, but we were at school and we left.
Yeah.
And then we were walking. I know you were with, because that's when the principal.
Oh, yes, die got us in the minor.
And they just got you and somebody else, no?
I don't know who else was with me. Yeah.
No? I know you knew we were friends because everybody got detention most the next day, if I'm not mistaken, or for the week or something.
I can't remember.
Except me. I don't know. Okay, I know why, because I dodged that shit like motherfucker.
Because I think you weren't walking with us, man.
He called us all. We called everybody out of the classes. Everybody.
Yes. I remember. Yeah.
Well, I was in detention, but then I got pulled out.
What?
I didn't.
It's like you need to go. You need to go to the LSS and stuff.
What's not? How can I on the bank?
I'm trying to think now. I'm trying to remember what I done. In that moment in time, but I can't.
I know for a fact you got into the car with the dangers.
Oh no, we got into the car with the principal.
And he drove you to the school.
That, guys, that was hilarious.
Okay, yeah, there's just a little anecdote. No, don't worry about it. We can cut. I don't get.
Ah, yeah, nee.
Look at these eyes. That tells you everything.
Droopy drowsy.
Okay.
I know that. That was a crazy time. Sorry for that tangent, but that was a crazy time. So we bunked basically. And as we were bunking, walking down the road, the principal pulled up next to us in 4th Avenue and he put us in his car and took us to school.
Yeah. No? To do nothing.
How was that?
To do nothing. But because he knew us, man. That's why. He was an old school principal, so to say. Huh?
But he was cool though, no?
He was very cool. We were even Monday and Friday. If nobody smoked on a Monday, I got the 50 in here. What's the number? Hey, catch me. That's that. And then they go lumber to. But
those were the days.
You know how I know the principal knew us because he knew this house. He knew. No. Every Friday,
he mentioned
they nice little group. They come to number 4.
He mentioned, was it in the assembly or where was it somewhere he mentioned?
Because one day I bunked and I decided, I'm going to stay. I'm going to take my brother to school. I still run the shower. I'm going to take a shower now. And then my daddy came home. He came to come do something. And he said, he's nobody.
Obviously, why?
And where again, I dodged accountability. Where I was, the shower was on. That's how stupid I was. Shower was on. I heard the door and I went to go hide in the kitchen. You see, when you come in there behind us, I went to go hide in the kitchen. Someone, the shower.
Someone broke in
the shower. And then he came around the corner. I was like, I'm not feeling well. He said, okay, no, don't worry about it. Come, I'm going to take you to the doctor. He goes, 3rd Avenue. Now he's keeping me in conversation. We end up in front of the school, not even 6 minutes later. And he somehow have a meeting with the principal. But keep in mind, my daddy didn't come to school. He came to school probably 3 times. No, high school can hear. Just so that parent teacher first of the person. That, no? And him and the principal had a nice little clear the air. Like, no, they go to the every week. Every week they go. Yeah, I see them smoking there sometimes and whatnot. And money pack. And now you must know if you walk out. And they'll say, nothing's gonna happen now. But when I'm gonna be at home. You're gonna go home, you're gonna get dressed, you're gonna go to school. When you come from school, then we're gonna have a conversation.
The destroyers come.
I come to school, I come to school 10 o'clock, past 10. Everybody's laughing. Plus then, you know Mr. Duplessis.
Yeah.
He was part of he was now the heads of the scene. He was in the meeting. That man is Turkish, he come there in the door. Let us go bang now. Now it's catch fire. I come home. God was saying, you went through enough, my brother. I come home just, my auntie phone say, look, come get me here by BP. I'm gonna be, and it was my auntie that, because when I was in the hospital in the younger years, I used to be old.
Yeah.
She came here, my daddy's friend also. She came here, and my daddy would say, come, no, sir. She's like, I'm just, and she just, and I didn't get but that's a lesson in dodging accountability. Don't do what I did. Unless it
works. Tell the story and laugh, and then be like, look here, don't do it.
Don't do it, but that...
Look, here's a crazy fact though. That apparently you are 65% more likely to achieve your goal if you have an accountability partner.
100%.
And it gets pushed up to 95% if you set regular check-ins. So like once a week, once a day, once a month, maybe.
That habit share that is a daily.
I'm actually going to get to something like that where we give them a full breakdown of how to utilize an accountability partner.
Yeah.
But you took me down memory lane.
The science behind accountability, from what I could gather, it gives you a hit of dopamine. And if it does work, the way it should, you will feel that sense of responsibility. Like, look, I messed this up. I'm going to take accountability.
Yes.
And it's my fault, but I have a plan to fix it or whatnot. There is that, but then there's also the other version of it, which would give you, your fight or flight response. So that's when you're in an argument and you just say, You just blurt out whatever comes to mind because you don't want to take blame.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
And then with the argument is about the pencil, but we start talking about, but remember now the other day.
Fight or flight.
Nothing to do with what's going on.
Yeah. And last thing, accountability is not about blame. It's about claim. So you claim your responsibility.
What you've done.
You take accountability.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
One more time.
You claim your responsibility and you take accountability. Yeah, that's the science. That's the scientific part.
That's nice
to an extent. Yeah.
Also, I wanna tell you this. No. When I read this now the other day, it kind of made so much sense and it fits in with the topic that our brains are wired to move away from pain and discomfort.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's it's like your brain is trying to protect you. So that's why it's so easy to not be brave and to not step outside of your comfort zone, because your brain is actually trying to keep you safe
to an extent. Yeah.
So if there's no external pressure from people or from people or internal discipline
from yourself,
you walk a dark road.
Yeah, no.
Because your brain's trying to keep you safe. You have no internal discipline. You have no external pressure from people to keep you accountable and keep you accountable. Keep you accountable.
I think that is just that explanation encapsulates how our communities are.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to take accountability.
Look here, and that's another thing with speaking about accountability is, look here, don't try to keep people accountable. We've all learned this the hard way. Don't try to keep people accountable. They don't want you to keep them accountable. Like don't just do it because you can. Like I have this big thing, like give people advice, like even with my kids and family and friends and whatever. I won't say directly
do this.
You understand? But just try to give like guidelines, like look here, there's a better way of doing this. There's a better way of doing this, and look here, and if you're going to do this, this is a consequence of it. And in that way, reinforcement is a more positive way of getting people to do things than using fear mongering and making people scared to do like that whole thing that I just said now is old school.
You give them
they used to whoop our asses back in the day. Remember, they used to whoop our asses, bruh.
Comment if you got beaten by every one of your mommy's sisters or daddy's sisters.
Or by anybody you just got beaten. Comment a hand emoji.
Amen.
In the comment section.
Also, on that, if you ever got eaten with a slipper, wooden spoon, washcloth,
belt,
hanger, broom, mop, bucket. What do you call that? Remember that orange stuff that they used to take out of the ground? The pipe, the plastic,
polycop or something like
that pipe, a rotang. I remember that.
I've never felt that one yet.
My Oma, God bless.
My grandma used to eat us with what do you call this thing? With like a bamboo stick. We used to call it a rainbow latte.
Oh,
we used to call it the rainbow latte. Because that thing hit all the colors, you're taking me back. You're feeling nostalgic.
We used to have a tradition. Everybody must go Sunday to my Oma's, whatnot. So if you did catch whoever of the cousins, if you did catch on nonsense in the week,
you must believe
it's festus, because they're talking every day from Tuesday till Sunday. And it comes Sunday, and everybody have their say, and everybody whoop your ass. My 5 sisters now. And my Oma still.
Then you must walk the line.
Literally, you must walk the line. When you come in there, you can't sit down and eat. You must stand in the middle. You stand there, everybody get their turn. And how many times wasn't it just, you didn't eat to back to your mom. You just said, no, I don't want to. And they blow that thing
out of
like you try to kill them. It's, he lifted his hands for me. Like you just blow it.
It's back in the day. Now they used to whoop us. There was nothing from, they speak to you, but you still get the whooping. I remember my dad used to say, go choose a belt. Go choose a belt. Now you're like, which belt do you take? Because if you take the wrong belt, he's gonna hit you more.
Because if you take a thin one,
Here's a Mattelli was for no guy. Never
Not today.
Go fetch the other one. Or you fetch one or I fetch one. But either way, you're forced into getting the one you want.
But it taught you accountability.
I taught us accountability.
No?
Yeah. Look, there was a dark place that I was in at the time, like, you know, heavy in the depression buzz and in the anxiety and all those other things. And I was seeing a psychiatrist, and what changed my life, and this is not a plug by any means, life coaching, but the life coach is a plug. The life coach took me to the next level. Like genuinely. Shout out Enarine. There's no way that she's gonna see about this. But if in any case, if she does, her name was Enarine, she loves you in Fishu. So the thing with therapy is basically this: if you've been there before, it's kind of you sitting there and speaking and unpacking stuff, and while you're busy unpacking all the questions and stuff that they're asking you, is the unfolding and you understanding more about it. They giving you explanation on why you feel and act in a certain way. But it's more unpacking and understanding than anything else.
Unloading all that.
They allow you to cry, be angry, or whatever. It's very neutral kind of. Whereas life coaching, on the other hand, life coaching is more proactive. So there's strategies. And it's coupled with the unpacking, the questions, the asking questions, and stimulating thought, asking questions, guiding the person, because not really into the direction, but into a direction for them to discover what it is. So you kind of ask those questions and poke.
You ask leading questions that will make them realize,
yes. There we go.
I could have gone right when I should have gone left or something like that.
And the thing with that I discovered through my life coaching was the accountability part of it. Was just like that statistic of 65% up to 95%. Because I saw her once a week, and it was like, you said you're going to do these three things.
Did you do it?
So have you done it? And you kind of feel like you're letting not just that person down, but you're kind of letting yourself.
You're letting yourself down because it was just that three things you had to do.
So I would definitely, even if it's getting someone else as a mentor, life coach or something like that, if you're going through a struggle, or you're just in a position in your life where you're not sure what the next step is, plug Kurt Lewis life coaching. I'll maybe even put the intake form in the description section. If you're feeling stuck and you're not sure where to go and you don't know of any other mentors or any other life coaches, give us a call. I have very affordable packages. So yeah. Plug.
That was seamlessly done. I will say that.
Is it?
Yeah, just went into the story. That's nicely weaved in through and then out. Just so that.
Yeah. So
plug. Yeah.
That is the vibe. It really works. It really works.
No, it should. I will agree with that. Because until I didn't have a psychiatrist, but I had a mentor that I spoke to, where it was, for lack of a better word, brutally honest, was I made some stupid mistakes. But it taught me, look, you're going to make stupid mistakes, you're going to win stupid prizes. So own your shit and then move on from there. So nowadays, if I catch on nonsense, or if I make a perfect example, especially in my relationship, I used to say, circumvent, but now we direct to the point. Okay, yes, I did this.
Yes.
I did it. I did catch on nonsense. I'm taking accountability and responsibility for it. Let's move on. We find a way where we both can be either happy, content, or working on a way for us to get there.
Better way.
Or better way to do whatever it is I did. Yeah.
I will add this also, that I'm kind of pointing out the obvious here, is that accountability it's not easy. It's super difficult to take accountability. It's because you're putting yourself under scrutiny, basically, and you're saying, look here, I'm taking the responsibility, I've done this, and I'm willing to take the punishment or whatever's coming my way. But also the accountability and what makes it easier is after you've taken accountability, don't you just feel lighter?
That's my thing. But now what I think the problem people have with accountability is it opens you up for judgment and for
Definitely.
for how do I say, analysis.
Yes.
And most people can't handle that.
Yeah.
So if you don't, like the two of us, we don't care what people think. I couldn't. I'm past that stage of my life. So my accountability is much easier. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you think. As if it affects me, then I have to.
I'm gonna say
I'm
this though.
I'm
gonna say this though. If I'm gonna get arrested for something, and I'm not gonna say that, yeah, I'm putting myself in the firing line, but I won't, but I don't want to go to jail.
Firstly, neither me or yourself, I know this, we wouldn't willingly put ourselves into that predicament at the stage in time.
So it would be a reasonable.
But that everybody can know this. I will snitch. Whoever's with me, we doing crimes. I am taking a reduced sentence. I become state's witness. So if you see me,
remind me not to do something with this man.
Look, I'm very good at planning crimes. I would say that. I'm very good at. In my head, I'm the best criminal. But out here, exactly the analogy that you were saying the other day. I don't know what we were watching, but if you want people to go off drugs, there was this.
Oh yes. I've read it in.
There was two guys said, look, if you don't want to go to jail, get a few people to stop going off drugs. So the one brother, his tactic was, he took a circle, took two circles, one big circle, one small circle. He went to people and he saved 18 people. He said, look, he told them, the big circle is your brain without drugs. Small circle is your brain on drugs.
Yeah.
18 people. The next brother came and he said, he got 156 people off drugs. He used the same tactic. All he did was he swapped it around. The small hole was your brain, was your asshole without drugs. The big hole was your booty hole on drugs. So you want to go to prison? Get ready for
the big
boom, boom. That's my thing. That's my big. I walk to prison. I don't mind fighting you, what. But 5'10", brother.
On your booty hole. Terrain on your ass.
What do you do? What?
Sorry.
No, we that's also you in a facility where nobody wants to take it. How are you responsible in that situation?
Was it you that done it? The punishment is getting your booty out. I'm like all day, every day.
All day, every single day.
Master, no responsibility.
Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, yeah.
Look here, on that topic, no, is don't always wait for people to keep you accountable. Also take responsibility and keep yourself accountable. That is a big thing, especially when you understand at the prison. You don't want the judge to tell you, like, look here, brother,
you waited too long.
This is the consequence, and now you need to be responsible and take accountability.
Imagine.
Yeah, but have you seen that movie? Have you seen that movie Juror 1? I think it's called Juror 1, yeah? Something like that.
But it's like an old movie, no?
I think it's this year or last year. Tell me, okay, I'm gonna give you.
I don't think I watched it.
I'm gonna give you the scenario. So he's a juror. No, he gets called up for jury duty, but obviously it's America. We don't have the jury here, boss. So we have one brother, the judge. Is the judge, juror, and executioner. In any case, so he's a juror and he's sitting there and they're busy. He doesn't really want to do this case and whatever. Because they can just get called up at any time. Anyway, he goes to court. They do the selection process. He's like, he don't want to get selected, but anyway, he gets selected for jury duty.
Oh, as well?
Yeah. He's sitting there and they start to unpack the crime and what exactly happened. And while they're busy unpacking the crime, this man realized that, this bar that they're talking about is like,
That's where
what, wasn't I by that bar? And then the defendant comes in, he's like, then he realizes, you like, you see the defendant and you're like, the one that's on trial to be prosecuted for the lady's murder is the boyfriend. No? And he's sitting and he's looking at this, but he's like, oh, this is the bra from the bar. He's seen this bra before. Now he's flashback and he's in the bar and he's sitting and he's like, this is the bra. It was raining that day. Mind you, he's an alcoholic, a recovering alcoholic, so he hasn't drank in a while, but he's in the bar. So he goes to the bar. Now listen to this. This isn't here. He goes to the bar, but he doesn't drink.
he just sits there for
He orders the drink, but he doesn't drink it. So he's done that quite a few times already. Anyway, he goes and he has another flashback and they're talking about bumping. This lady was found in a ditch, over a bridge in the ditch. She was found. And then he realizes, he hit a deer on that bridge. And when he went home, it was raining and storming and whatever. And he got out and he didn't see anybody. So he got back in the car and he drove home. So now he's the juror on that case, my brother.
What do you do?
So he's like sitting there. So that movie, please go watch it. Emotional roller coaster.
That's a moral quandary,
at its best, my guy.
That's
because now it's like, do I say that I'm the killer? That I bumped the lady? Remember, he was at the bar. He didn't drink, but he was an alcoholic and he was at the bar. He can't prove he didn't drink because it's like a long time ago. It was like a month or 2 months ago. So there's no way he can prove he didn't drink.
Oh, that's a
moral dilemma. Anyway, the movie goes and whatever. And the jury, everybody together decides he didn't kill that guy. That guy did kill her. Everybody's like, nah, that man had to have killed her.
Because all the evidence is...
So he's sitting there, he's like, but it's not obviously him, because it's him. And he starts, and he says, nah, it can't be him.
Why? Where's your evidence?
And then he rebuttals, and he throws something in there, and there the case goes on longer, because
he's trying to get that man off, but not put himself in it.
What will you do? Will you pimp yourself?
Never through. That's present.
Will you let that man go down?
Do I have to be? So I have to be. I just made a public service announcement. He didn't know me, I didn't know him. But the number is what the number is.
The man's going life, my guy.
Life in prison. But now, keep in mind, they know how long into the trial that this is happening? Probably a few weeks, a month.
Yeah, it's like a few weeks.
What are the consequences if you come forward and say,
now
already a month in?
And you know what he done? He went to go throw his car away and get the car done because he must not thought he locked the deal.
But he didn't.
And here's a wrench in the works. His wife is pregnant. She's expecting in the next month or two.
Can't go.
I'm not going to tell you guys how it ends. Go watch that movie.
What I will do to kind of ease my conscience is start a foundation in either his name or the lady that
guilty.
in their name.
Guilty on your forehead. You look guilty that time. Why would a juror just decide to do that?
Is it going to be in my name? I didn't say it's going to be in my name.
You're the mastermind.
It's going to be obviously through a shell company, what it will be named this foundation through a anonymous donation.
You do realize, no, that this episode is about taking accountability.
Yeah, I know I'm trying to show you ways to circumvent, but this is an extreme example. I'm going to prison for 30 years for, but I don't know. And a lady that walked across the street in the middle of the night, in a rainy night.
See, and he always beats her up. That was the thing. Her boyfriend's always beating her up. Give him the gas tank.
You tell me I'm wrong.
That's the gas chamber.
They were probably been together for years, so he's been in the domestic abuse.
He's been whooping a booty all along.
Yes, all his kids, he's gonna get the same treatment in prison. Simple as that. Anyway, so I think it's fair.
So Mike, I just want to jump to this, because our time is running out. But my accountability, I have two. You are one, and my wife is one. Accountability partners. I will say I'm gonna do something. And
you must tell somebody too.
And I do it. And we've kind of got this relationship going also with the habit share app, and also checking in I think we do that. We do that fairly often.
Every day.
Have you done this? Have you done that? And whatever to make sure things is on point. Yeah.
Guys, you think,
yeah.
Now, when you're, I was the woman that put the scenario to me now. Which is, it's not as bad as what you, that was crazy now. But okay, here's one. A grandma, say your grandma. I'm assuming your grandma's passed away.
Yes, sir.
Your grandma's passed away. Your mommy, your aunties, everybody say, look, they found this lady that does seances.
Okay.
And it works.
Okay.
They've do seance, they get the whole family together, whatnots. Everybody's holding their hands and whatnot. Come to the seance. You had a liquor date. Some is full, you think it's gonna be like a long, eat yourself like a duck, a saucy burger with all this extras and extras. You come to the seance, your stomach starts to you let out a silent but powerful fart. During this whole thing,
everybody's
I just sound like it's
nobody know.
Nobody know.
A ninja fart.
Nobody know. Everybody think it's grandma now coming, moving the tongue. I just feel the breeze and it's getting. What do? Because you see, man, everybody, you see the elation on it, the tears, like, what do you do?
There are times to tell the truth. There are times to be quiet.
What do you
Look here, it's not life and death, no, but at the same time.
People's gonna hate you.
Not hate you. Then I'll be, hate you, you know what? I'll say immediately when I thought, sorry. I'll say sorry. I let one go. I'm sorry. Because
you have to, before immediate. You can't linger for more than 5-10 seconds.
And here's a tip. That is the problem with accountability. With taking accountability. What makes it harder is the time. It's the lingering.
Yeah.
It's that makes it worse.
How long you take to
because
answer?
The time goes on, the more you feel like now you're starting to, you're allowing yourself to question, should I not? Should I not? And if you look again, then it's 5 years down the line, the lady. The guys will serve you 5 years.
On that part, I will say, accountability is the gateway to growth.
Definitely.
Not guilt. So you shouldn't be, like you're saying, feeling that. Imagine every day it's just gonna build each day it pass. So the sooner you get rid of it, we remember there's always people that say, tell the truth, man. Come off it. That's police's mind frame. So you will feel lighter, but it actually works.
It is actually.
It actually works, especially if you know you did something questionable and you address it directly. Say, I did it. It was me. I take full responsibility. Give me the consequences. Move on from there.
Is this now you talking to the police?
No. Police is nowhere in that situation.
But on a real note, take accountability.
Yeah, always speak to the police if you're involved in a crime. No?
Amen.
You're not gonna see me there, but alright.
So look, I just want to run through this. That was crazy now, no? With the grandma thing, I don't know, my bro. But I'll say it immediately.
I have another one when you're done with your things. Crazy one.
Okay, so let's not cut the segment, man. Go for it.
Okay, next is the last one now. Unwittingly, you submit your DNA, you do a bunch of testing, you want to see your 23andMe results, who's your ancestry and whatnot. Your genetic DNA somehow got stolen, sold off to whatnot, and this company, a bio company, created a clone of you.
Without my knowledge.
Without your knowledge, obviously. But this clone obviously remembers everything that you know and whatnot. But he's better at you than every single thing. In every single, I don't mean that he looks the same as you, but he's nicer, he's more intelligent, he's more charismatic, he's more, and you find yourself sick, you're off for 3 weeks from work, you don't know anything, you're off for 3 weeks, you already, and you just see, you come back to the office, everybody's congratulating you, and well done, nice job, you don't know what's cracking, month of it, your clone came in to work and he was out producing, doing more work than you've done in the last 5 years in that 3 weeks, getting this, that. What do? Do you take it. Because keep in mind,
You have to keep up with the standard then.
you have to keep up with, but also that man, you don't know where he is. You can roam in at any time.
At any time, yeah.
What do you
I'll
do?
take responsibility.
Say what?
I'll be like, look here, that was obviously not me. Because do I know that there's a clone? Have I found out at that point there's a clone?
Yes.
Now, always?
At that point, you know.
Always?
Yeah. Who's going to believe you? Cloning is not a real thing. Yeah,
We'll wait for him to show up then
You're
one day.
going to sound crazy or
You're
something.
gonna sound crazy, yeah.
But now then, what if they believe it? They believe it you are the clone. You're not the real one, and he's the real one. Because he's more got cake and convince. He's more suave and people like him better.
I'll just be like, look here, guys, I've been here for so long. This nigga was here for a week and he outworked me. Please, let's come now.
So now, what do they decide? Yeah, you want to keep him, and they take you back to the lab.
I'll stand.
You can't kill yourself.
But I can kill him.
No, he's yourself now.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna die if he's gonna die.
No, you're not. But I mean, does that qualify as murder?
Because it's me.
Yeah, it's killing. You killing.
Possibly. No, he's a clone. He came out of a petri dish.
Yeah.
No, nigga.
No
murder. No murder. See how I just went out that go.
Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. So look, before we go, here's how to use an accountability partner. I wrote it down so I can give it to you step by step exactly. So the first thing is create clear goals. Clear. Be specific about what it is. Create clear goals. Use the SMART principles: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time. Yeah. And then the second thing is then get the accountability partner. Yeah. So you created the clear goal. You know what it is, and the accountability partner knows exactly what the goal
100%.
is. And then do regular check-ins. So either daily, weekly, monthly, two regular check-ins, and then also track progress. So here's where that app came in that Laurent was speaking about, the Habit Share app. Beautiful. We're in a digital age now. We don't need to write on calendars and stuff anymore. As soon as you've done your habit and you tick it off on there, I get a notification.
100%.
And then the last one is a reward progress. That's a beautiful one. Something we spoke about in the beginning. Reward progress. So instead of focusing on the negative side, when the person only fails, you mention it, you bring attention to it, but reward progress. So every time there's a milestone,
celebrate it.
Even if it's, let's have a chocolate, let's have a burger,
doesn't matter how small.
Let's clap hands or something. Acknowledge the person and
build the confidence.
Celebrate it.
100%, man.
And then just a quick challenge is set a goal, get an accountability partner. That's this week's challenge. Make it happen.
Amen to that thing. I think this has been a good episode.
It has been a good episode. The time went past very quickly. I don't know when we started, bro.
We started like 5 or 7.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yo, an hour episode. Who wants to watch us for an hour? Anyway.
Somebody will.
If you can skip to the end. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Put It By The Wall. Like, comment, subscribe, all the beautiful stuff. That's the best way to show your support. And also thank you very much for everybody that has been showing their support, whether it be on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram soon come.
Yeah. And LinkedIn's coming soon.
And LinkedIn and Facebook should be.
Yeah, Facebook also. Yeah. Okay, but look, guys, this is the team. We do everything. So
everything.
We will get to it.
Until we have somebody else. Yeah, this is a plug. So if you're looking for a side hustle,
a new opportunity.
Let's put it that way.
To diversify your network, build your confidence, and to learn crucial skills that's needed in today's world in 2025. We will gladly do it.
Yes. Thank you very much. And remember, strength is good.
Inspiration is contagious, guys.
There we go.